Hi guys, it's Liam here for Fightstore Media. To my left I have Ivo Clinch. Ivo fights on the 26th of March at Cage Kings and he's a Muay Thai fighter. First of all, thanks for coming down. Ivo, how are you?
No problem at all. Feeling good. Feeling really good from a fight. Again, I feel I'm fighting at a comfortable weight of 67 kilos, and I mean I felt my last previous fights I was kind of punching above my weight. I fighting at 71, 72. The guys like I'm too small. I'm too small to be punching above my weight. So I feel after this fight, I feel really good after this fight. I think I'm going to get down to 64, 65, etc. Definitely a weight category there I'd like to be back in again. And also I was doing really well in that weight category before, so feeling really good for this
Feeling
fight.
more comfortable this weight then?
A lot more comfortable, definitely. You know, I'm doing a little bit of a weight drop, but I wasn't really cutting an awful lot of weight from my last fight, so for this one I think I should be, considering my size. You know, I walk around with 68, 69, why not take fights at 67? You know, so I'm in a good club at the moment. I mean, I'm training with the best, Keen Warriors. You know, I love them all down there. They're a great team.
Right.
So yeah, feeling good, feeling really good.
So as we said, you're fighting on Cage Kings for your second time.
Yeah.
Obviously many consider that to be Ireland's leading Muay Thai promotion. You must be delighted to be on such a big show.
Absolutely. Like, the fight on Cage Kings is a dream come true. Like, and I'd like to say a big thanks to Mark and Keen, Lar, everybody behind the scenes, you guys, the whole lot of us. You know, it's an absolute privilege to fight in this show. So, you know, the extra work is definitely going into to perform on this show.
For people who've never seen you fight before, what can they expect if they're coming to this event from you?
I'll always be honest, you know. I wouldn't say I'll be the most technical fighter. I go in with one motion only. I'm not really great at point scoring. Everything I throw to knock out. Everything. Yeah, I put everything into my punches. I put everything into my kicks. I give it my all, always. I go in to win. My motion is just to go in and win, and to give it my all.
Okay, it's going to be quite exciting. So,
I'm explosive. I feel I'm explosive, and I also feel at 67 I'm going to be very fast and very strong. So
you're fighting Liam Purcell. You're saying you don't know much about him. Will you look up footage of him, or you just focus on yourself?
To be honest, I when I first started, I used to look up a lot of information on my fighters, etc., and I just found it did me no good at all. You know, I felt I was worrying about, he's a good right kick, he's a good left kick, and I just want to focus on me, on my training. At the end of the day, he's 2 arms, he's 2 legs, he's the same weight as me. I don't care who he is.
Cool.
You know, I'm going to go in and give it my all.
So the atmosphere at Cage Kings can be quite intense, can be quite loud. When you're fighting, do you try and block that out so you can focus on the guy in front of you, or do you try and embrace it so it can
I embrace the support. I love the support from my friends, my family, my club, my corners. I embrace it all. Of course, it's fairly nerve-wracking coming out, but I feel when I'm in there, I'm me, and I can express myself in fighting, and that's what I love about the fight game. You know, I'm a different person outside the ring. You know, but when I'm in there, I'm an animal, and I just want to go in for the kill. You know, I don't hate anybody I'm fighting. I have the utmost respect, but for them 9 minutes, I just want to kill. That's all I want to do. You know, that's all I want to do.
So as you said earlier, you train in Warriors Gym.
I do.
Talk to me a bit about that. Why is that such a great place to learn your craft?
Warriors, like, I've been with Warriors the last 5-6 years. I first started when Mike Doherty took over the gym a long time ago, and recently Keane had taken it over a couple of years ago. Done an absolutely fantastic job. Why is Warriors a great club? We're a good family down there. You know, we're all good friends. There's no issues with anybody down there. You could come down, you'd be feeling a bit intimidated. We all bounce off each other down there. It's the great facilities down there. It's not far from my home. It's where I'm always going to be. I'm not a gym hopper. I'm sticking with Warriors, and I'm very proud to be a part of Warriors.
So for your fight on the 26th, it's going to be full pro Thai rules.
Full pro Thai rules.
It's going to be in MMA gloves, and you're going to be in a cage.
I'm actually told that my fight has been changed to 8-ounce boxing gloves now instead of the MMA gloves. Again, my first fight with Owen McCarthy in Cage Kings, the MMA gloves, they do change things a little bit different. You're a little bit sceptical about it. But although my fight's been changed to 8-ounce gloves, I mean, I've knocked people out with 16-ounce gloves, amateur. So with 8-ounce gloves, I feel I can still do the same damage, and I think I'm going to do pretty well on this show.
Do you prefer fighting in a cage or the ring for a Muay Thai fighter? How different is that?
I think Muay Thai kind of in a cage it's definitely certainly a lot different. It could be the new era. I'm not too sure. Honestly, I'd prefer to be in a ring. I would. That's where I've always sparred. I've always trained in 4 corners of a ring. definitely not used to the cage. But again, I'm open. I'm open for new ideas, and I'm gonna go with the sport. And if Muay Thai comes along in the cage every now and again, and I get a call, I'm in. I'm in it.
How did you first become interested in fighting? Like, how did this journey start for you?
How did it start? I used to box years ago, I suppose. I suppose every lad had a thing they wanted to get into mixed martial arts, karate, boxing, etc. And I did. And to be honest, I used to play football, did the Gaelic, everything. I never found I was any use at any of them, and I got into the kickboxing a long time ago. And I found it was the one thing I really, really enjoyed, and I actually stuck at. I wasn't one for sticking to things, but I know myself, I found a passion for it. And obviously when I joined Warriors Thai Boxing Club, that was a completely different. That's my eyes open. I seen the guys I trained around. I seen the likes of Keane grow from this to that, and I wanted that to be me. I wanted to be a part of the team, and and that's it.
What advice would you give to a young kid looking to get into Muay Thai or any combat sport out there?
Just to keep at it, just to keep at it. It's an absolute great sport. Like, look, at the end of the day, Thai boxing, not only Thai boxing but mixed martial arts in general, it has you clean eating. Like, you don't smoke, you rarely drink, you eat clean. There's absolutely nothing wrong with your body. At this day and age, I don't think there's anything wrong with being able to look after yourselves. So with kids, I think if you're not into your football, you're not into it, just try and get into something like that. I think it's a good sport to be in.
Yeah, it's good advice.
I do.
Looking ahead from the 26th, do you have any goals for 2016? Anything you want to...
2016, I want it to be a good year. 2015 was a pretty mixed up year for me. Not only inside the ring but outside the ring. There was a couple of issues, etc. But I always said 2016 was going to be a good year for me. And when I got the call to get on to Cage Kings, I was more than delighted to get on it. And this year, I want as many fights as possible. Win, lose or draw. Like, I'm a fighter. I'm not gonna give up. I wouldn't be a fighter if I gave up. So 2016, it's gonna be a really good year for me. It's gonna be a good year for our club.
Okay. How do you celebrate after a fight? Obviously, because you train so hard and so.
To be honest with you, it's my 30th birthday on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
And I will not be having a drop for my 30th birthday. That's the sacrifices we make.
Yeah.
Paddy's Day, etc. Look, these things I don't mind. I can always have a couple of drinks in the near future. I can't always box. I can't always do what I love. So I think now is the time. I'm 30 now on Saturday. I think I have another year or two left in the game. And I'm not finished. I'm far from finished.
Okay. I'm just going to ask you some random questions now, if that's okay.
Cool.
To wrap it up.
Cool.
If you could be any sports person for a day, who would it be?
Any sports person
Any
for a
sports fan in
day?
the world.
Oh, big Conor McGregor fan.
Yeah.
I love the life he lives.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know. Where he's came from, how he's grown. Of course, I'm Irish. I'm a big fan of Conor McGregor. So if you'd ask me who my sports idol was, it'd be Conor.
If he fights Jose Aldo again, how do you think that would go?
If he fights him again, how would it go? Again, I could see Conor finishing him. Would he finish him so early in 14 seconds? I'm not sure, but I'd never put my money against him, ever.
What did you make of the Nate Diaz fight?
To be honest with you, I'm not really comfortable with talking about the kind of MMA, but I think he put on an awful lot of weight pretty fast. I think maybe he got a little bit tired. I think he got an awful lot tired. I think maybe it was a bit of a jump up for him too soon. But knowing Conor, he'll be back. He's Irish, he's strong, and I'm sure he'll do well in his next fight.
Definitely. Who's your favourite fighter growing up?
Who's my fighter?
Growing up, and who's your favourite fighter?
As in the UFC?
Anyone there?
Ooh, big Mike Tyson fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, when I box and when I fight, I like to throw bombs. Left hand, yeah. I like the explosive power he has. I don't think there's anyone that ever stand in front of him. And Mike Tyson. Yeah, definitely.
Mike Tyson was
I'm
just
a big unbeatable.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then there's obviously the Muay Thai. We got big names in the Muay Thai like Buakass and Sanshai, etc. But my idol in fighting will be Mike Tyson.
Nice one. So down the line, when you eventually retire, how do you want to be remembered in the fight game?
I want to be remembered as I never give up. Whether I keep losing a fight or it goes by decision or anything, I want to just know that I've given it my all I want to look back and say, you know, I tried, I've done my best, and whether it's not all about, of course, it's about the record I get and the winning and all, but for me, I just want to know that I gave it my all and I tried, and I can look back and say, you know, I gave it my all, I enjoyed it, and I'm still enjoying it, and I'm going to enjoy it for another year or two. And that's what I want to look back on.
Brilliant. If you want to give a shout out to any sponsor or
I'd like to say a big
wrap up.
thanks to King Cowley for teaching me and training me and being a mate and being there for me for the times that I was, you know, beaten up and sore, and you kept pushing me, etc. I'd also like to say a big congratulations to their baby. I think Kira's due yesterday, so we're hoping the little arrival comes very soon. I'd like to say a big thanks to Go Gym. I'd like to say a big thanks to everybody who supported me, and I'm really looking forward to Cage Kings. All my followers support, I plan on giving it my all.
Ivo, thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Brilliant.
Thank you.